thought I would test this out and see if the mic is working. I really hope it is. Thank you all for joining. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes. Just want to see if the audio is working. Just want to see if the audio is working. Just want to see if the audio is working. Just want to see if the audio is working. Okay, I'm going to stop that. Welcome everyone. If you're live here, I don't know if I have people coming in yet. If you are popping in, you can leave a little message on the side of the comment box that I probably won't be able to read because I don't have my glasses on, but I do have my little handy dandy phone here, so hopefully I can read phone here. So hopefully I can read phone here. So hopefully I can read. Just turn this off. Just some technical difficulties. Welcome everyone. I'm gonna come over here so I can see what's going on. Welcome to my channel. This is Whole Foodie Challenge. If you haven't been here before, oh, hi Kendra, hello. I am a food blogger. I do lots of plant-based cooking and testing, and I've been doing lots of cocktail making. I started this earlier this year in quarantine. You know, we're stuck inside and wanted to do something that brought people together. So I decided to do a spin the wheel cocktail challenge where I got individuals on my Instagram channel, Whole Foodie Challenge, to vote on a cocktail. So they got to vote on the flavor, which would be sour, bitter, sweet, or savory, and then on the alcohol. So that's bourbon, tequila, gin, rum, vodka. Those are the 5. And every week we spun the wheel and we people voted, and then I made a cocktail. So I made, I think, like 7 or 8 different cocktails. And now I took a little bit of a break. If you've seen my fall, I've been doing the opposite of drinking and did a 75 hard challenge where all I did was eat really healthy food, drink a lot of water, and not drink at all. So I'm a Sagittarius, and in true Sagittarius fashion, we're either all or nothing. So I'm back to making cocktails. Oh, hello, Joni, our Vintagerous. That's my mom. It's nice to see you here. Thank you so much for your support. And I'm super excited to get started with the drink this week. I'm just gonna leave it a couple more minutes just to see if anyone else is tuning in live. I know it is, it's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm in Victoria, BC, so some people it might be later in the evening. I hope you're enjoying your Black Friday, getting some shopping done. And yeah, I haven't been doing a lot of shopping, I'm not gonna lie. I've not been feeling totally festive, so hopefully this will help me get in the festive spirit. So you probably want to know too what won this week. If you were following on my Instagram and you were able to vote this week, like I said, we voted on the type of alcohol used and then the flavor, and then I come up with a drink. I posted the ingredients yesterday, so oh, how was it not drinking for 75 days? It was very challenging. It was really challenging. It changed my whole appreciation for alcohol, though. I've only had one drink since, I think I had a drink the night it ended, and I haven't really been craving it that much since. So I'm trying to save now drinking for special occasions. And I mean, this is a special occasion. But it was interesting to not drink during that time and go to a lot of social functions and do a lot of activities completely alcohol-free, which is a very interesting exercise. And I'd suggest it for anyone who wants to give it a go. I learned quite a bit. And I did post a video this week on Wednesday about my 75 hard challenge update and journey. So you can watch and learn more about it there. Good question. Yes, let's party. And you guys can hear me okay, right? Just want to make sure you can hear me. I've got my special mic on, but yeah, okay, so back to what I was saying. We are going to vote on, or we got to vote this week on the alcohol and the flavor. Or sorry, yeah, the alcohol and the flavor. So what won this week was bourbon or whiskey and sweet. So we've got, I like to just get the basics. So this is Jim Beam bourbon. It's nothing too fancy. Sorry, the lighting's probably a little off. I'm gonna go back to my corner. I won't be able to see your comments, but this is the bourbon, and this is, where's my sweet? Well, the whole thing is sweet. You probably are wondering what we are making today. Did the first drink hit hard? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I slept like a baby and I woke up with a pretty bad headache. So yeah, this will be interesting, especially drinking something sweet, but I think it's gonna be good. So this week we are making, I'm calling it the Moomintroll. It's, I call it the Moomintroll because I'm of Norwegian descent, partial Norwegian descent. And my grandmother, my bestemor, has introduced me to this Norwegian character called a Moomintroll that looks like, it's basically based off of, it's like a cartoon, but it's like what it looks like when the trees are covered in snow and they're kind of sloped over. It looks like a Moomintroll. So they developed this character from that. And, you know, we're getting into the holiday season. It's getting cold outside. There's no snow here yet, but I think there might be in other parts of the world where you're from. I know Kendra's in Ottawa and it's super probably cold there right now. So yeah, I thought I'd do like a nice winter bourbon infused with pear and cardamom cocktail. So that's kind of what we got going on, and that's the Scandinavian flair. Cardamom's a spice that's used very much in Norwegian cooking, and it's my favorite spice. So I thought I'd throw that in. And then when I was looking at doing something, yeah, kind of festive, and I thought pear would be an interesting twist on like the typical apple cider drink. So this drink is, yeah, it's a twist on kind of a apple cider. It's got like some spice in there. And the other fun thing about this is you can drink it hot or cold. So I'm gonna show you both the hot and the cold version. And yeah, so let's get started. Sorry if I'm a little bit nervous. I'm like, haven't done it live before. So we've got our cocktail shaker here. Let's do the cold version first. And actually, sorry. I'm going to start with the garnish. I'm going to show you how to do the garnish because if you're making the cocktail with me, you might want to know how to make the garnish. Now, what I did was ahead of time, I baked some pears. So I cut them super thin and then I basically kind of dehydrated it in my oven, just on a very low temperature and cooked for a long period of time. But obviously, if you're making the drink with me right now, you can use fresh pear. So I'm going to show you kind of how I slice something super thin if you want to dehydrate it. And then we'll do another garnish that can be used right away in your drink if you're making it with me. And what I've learned from drinking all spring or doing these cocktail challenges is to do the garnish first, because then you make the drink and then you want to put the garnish on right away. So if you're doing something fancy for the garnish, get that ready ahead of time. The other thing I was going to mention, oh yes, is ice. So if you are making this cold, what I've done is I have taken ice cubes out of my fridge about 10 minutes before, so so they're not super stuck in the ice cube tray. So that's my other recommendation. If you're making it hot, you can either heat it up in the microwave. You can also just put it on the stovetop in a small, like, it won't make very much, so you just want like a very small pot. Or you can also, what I'm going to be using is my milk frother, which actually works really, really well for cocktails because it kind of froths it up at the same time, just like the shaker would. So let's get started. We're going to start with the, thanks guys. We're going to start with the garnish. So like I said, I'm going to show you how to cut it both so that you can use it to dehydrate and then just do a fresh garnish. So one trick I learned about dicing anything is you want to make sure it has a flat surface. Otherwise, it's going to be like wobbling about on the board or like in your hands, and you can cut yourself like I did yesterday. So I'm just going to cut it pretty much in half. Oh, hello, little friend. You like my holiday decorations? Oh, he's just gonna hang out there. So yeah, you cut it in half, and then there's two ways that you can do this. The best way that I found is if you want to have a really sharp knife for one, and then you just lie it flat and use your fingertips and just slice it ever so finely through. And if it's thick the first time around, like you'll see, the piece I have is like super duper thick. You can just keep shaving off pieces of it. And then obviously try not to get your fingers. That's why it's best to cut it on the side like this, because then you're not going to cut your fingers off. You have a mandolin slicer that also works really good. Feel like on the spot being like filmed live like this. Can you show us the pears? Yes, I will show you the pears. So this is kind of what it looks like close up. Sorry, it's going to be really bright, but that's kind of the pear. You want it as thin as you possibly can make it. Otherwise, it's going to take forever to dehydrate. And then when you dehydrate it in your oven, what I also did was I made a mixture of, this is coconut sugar, you can use brown sugar, you can use white sugar, and some of the cardamom. Probably about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of cardamom. Cardamom's kind of expensive, so you don't need a lot. And then maybe quarter cup of sugar. And then you're just gonna take your slice and dip it both sides like this, like so. And then you want to put it on a parchment lined sheet of paper. And I did two different versions. The versions I did last night, you can tell are pretty well cooked. So that was like at about 300, and I flipped them every like 15 minutes. And then this morning I did at like the lowest temperature, like 180 or 200, and I cooked it for an hour, and I flipped maybe even more than an hour. I would say like an hour and 15, and I flipped 3 times. So I flipped like every half an hour or so. So that will give it that really, like, I actually think I prefer the version with a low temperature because they're still kind of soft, which is good for a garnish. They're not going to break and snap as you put them on your drink. So I probably recommend that. I'm seeing some more questions come through. Okay. So now, that's one type of garnish you can do. The other type is, again, you're going to take your pear side. I actually like this side because it's got like some red in it. And I'm just gonna cut it, and be very careful with your fingers. This is like not good knife etiquette. Okay, so you're gonna cut it in half like so. And now you're going to use the tip of your knife and you're going to dice like the thinnest slices you possibly can. Well, that's really thin. Okay. Then you're wanting like 4 or 5 slices. I think this is 4. And you're gonna fan it out like so. Then take a toothpick or a cocktail pick. And you just make a fan. And then on your drink, oops, it should sit. It's not liking it. There we go. We'll adjust once we have the drink made. Hopefully it'll stay open. It should stay open. Even not, it looks kind of cool on its own. Like so. Wondering, let me just try one thing here. Fan it and then spike it. Try that. There we are. That's better. So that's another easy garnish, and you can like sprinkle some sugar on it if you want it like extra sugary. Okay, so we got the garnish done. Any questions so far on the garnish? Let's see if you've got any questions. Okay, I'm going to, oh, you need to come closer and show us. Yes, I can. I'm sorry, it's probably really bright. See? So that's the garnish. And then this is the piece of pear, and I'll show you, it's going to take a minute to focus there. It's going to show you how thin, it's quite thin. So that's what you want to dehydrate. And then here are the final pieces once they're dehydrated. So they look really nice. I hope that's a good enough view. Nice, love it. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's make the drink. Are you guys getting thirsty? I'm getting thirsty. Okay, so for the, let's do the iced one first. You put your ice in the big end of, or the big side. So I'm gonna put in 2 cubes. Okay. And then in the small cup, you put all the ingredients. Then you're gonna toss it on top and give it a good shake. So I made some simple syrup. Again, this was on my Instagram last night. It's just equal parts sugar and water, and I put in 5 cardamom pods. You just melt it on the stove or in the microwave, and then store in the fridge. And this is good to do the night before because then it really infuses the flavor. I'm gonna just, oh yeah, it smells very cardamom-y. And then the I also suggest cardamom bitters if you have them. I do not right now. So I'm just going to use the Angostura bitters, citrus bitters. So you need something cardamom-y. You could also, if you don't have pear or you don't care for pear, you could swap it out for apple and then cinnamon. So you could do like a cinnamon simple syrup and then apple juice and apple seasoning. So first things first, we're going to put in the bourbon. And I'm going to put in the recipe either 1 shot or 2. I'm going to do 2 because it's Friday night, right? And I have my bubble buddy coming over, so she will definitely want 2 shots. Okay, and then we've got our simple syrup. I'm going to do a shot of that. Try not to get cardamom pods in there. Hold on. Okay. We don't want cardamom pods in our simple syrup. That's just weird. Okay, so 1 shot of the cardamom simple syrup. You guys voted sweet, so I would do the full shot. If you don't like it so sweet, you can do half a shot. Then you're going to do your pear. So I just use this, what is it called? Sarah's brand of pear juice. This would also be really good with apple cider. And we're going to do 2 shots. Okay. And then we've got lemon juice. I quite like lemon juice in cocktails. It just, there's something about citrus. It really like brightens whatever you're making. It's kind of like adding salt to a meal. You don't need a lot. I would say 1/4 to half a shot. I'm going to do half just because I added more bourbon to this. If you, again, want it on the milder side, maybe just do 1/4 shot. And then your Angostura bitters. And this, again, if you don't have, it's not the end of the world. Just do a shot of, or like a squirt of that. And I think that's everything. Let's see here. Yeah, that is everything. So now we are going to dump it in the shaker. Shake. Try not to get it everywhere. Still haven't mastered this. We're supposed to do it with 1 hand, I think. And then it gets stuck. I hate how it gets stuck. There we go. Ooh, it's got some froth. Ladies and gentlemen, so excited. Okay. I'm like really worried about my garnish not staying up. Oh, also shout out to Vintagerous, my mom who is on this channel. Look, I'm going to give you a close-up of these glasses. Look at these glasses. And I'm going to be doing a little thing with these coming up soon. They're so beautiful. Mom, you can write in the comments what type of glasses these are. I think this is butterfly. And then, sorry, I've already forgotten what you called this one. We're gonna put the hot one in this because it's really thick. Or like the glass is thick, is what I should say. So it can kind of hold the heat. Okay. Oh, is it gonna fit? It's so close. Okay, and then we're going to, oh, this poor pear garnish. It's not very happy. Sorry, focus. I'm gonna add a little dash of cardamom to the top. And then yeah, it doesn't like that anymore. Damn. I think you have to kind of like make it right away. Oh no, there we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see if I can make it to you without spilling it. No, I'm gonna spill it. Hold on. Taste test. Ooh. Oh guys, you're gonna love this. Sorry, the garnish is falling apart. This is why live isn't as, can you see it? Sorry, it's so bright. I'm working with no light in here, so I've got my like light set up and it's really bright. Okay, so this is a butterfly gold. And it matches the coral Pyrex pattern. So I'll give you a better close-up. You can see the pattern. And the other one is Depression Glass King's Crown in Amber. So beautiful. So thanks, guys. Cheers. Let's take a sip. Well, I've already taken a sip, but it's so good. I know I created this drink, so I can't, but I really like it. I love bourbon. Do you guys like bourbon? It's got just like a nice, it's so wintry. I'm not surprised why people voted for whiskey because it's just got this like really warm winter feel to it. And I definitely recommend 2 shots, to be honest. I think it just kind of builds the drink that much better. And I really like the addition of cardamom in it. And yeah, it's really, really good. Cheers, everyone. Thank you. Should we make the hot version now? I'm gonna have to leave the hot one for my friend. Any questions too? Okay, let's do the hot one and let's use the other garnish and I'll show you how I do that. So this is an Espresso milk frother. It's an old model. The newer ones look a little bit different, but it works amazingly. And it's got like a little frother on the bottom, and you can just stick everything in it, and then it's got a little base you plug in, and then it froths. So it's really great to, obviously it's from like skimmed milk, but I like mixing other things in it too. Thanks, Doug the Hippo. Impeccable job. The simple syrup will last. You have to put it in your fridge. Learn that lesson the hard way. Water and sugar, that's like a breeding zone for bacteria, so definitely put it in the fridge. I think the recommendation is 3 to 4 days. I've used it like a week, a couple weeks even, and it's fine. But I would say on the side of caution, 3 to 4 days, and it's so literally is simple to make, so you don't need to make a lot of it. You can make like small portions of it. It'll last and you can use that drink that night. If you're like, oh, I don't have sugar, like what am I going to use for my drink? I've also mixed like maple syrup or honey with water in like equal portions. And I think honey, if you do have honey in your diet, would be like really wintry and nice for this too. Actually, maple would be beautiful too with the bourbon. So that's like a quick hack if you don't have that on hand and you just want to make it right away. Okay, let's make the warm version. And just so you know that like pretty much made that glass. There's maybe a little bit more, but Okay, so let's do the hot version. So you guys know the drill. We're going to add everything that we did before. So the 1 shot of simple syrup infused with cardamom. Doing this kind of backwards, but that's half a shot of lemon juice for those who are tuning in right away or right now. We're just doing the hot version of the drink. We've got 2 shots of bourbon. Give this one to my friend. She's really gonna want the 2 shots. Okay. And then we've got 2 shots of pear. Oh, that's what I'm missing. I'm missing the bitters. So what's your favorite holiday cocktail? Why don't you comment in the comments there what your favorite holiday cocktail is and things you might want to see on the channel. I'm going to be doing this up until Christmas, so I think we have 4 weeks till Christmas. So I'm open to suggestions. Comment what you think would be a good cocktail. Okay, we've got everything. I'm pretty positive. Yeah. And then we're just going to froth. Ice back in the freezer. And it's super simple. You just like press the button and then it froths it, cooks it for you. I don't know if people use this for making cocktails, but there you go. There's the new fun use for it. Oh, mulled wine. Mulled wine would be so good. And rum and eggnog, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you the new eggnog I got. See if you guys have tried it. Earth's Own. You know, if you watched my oat milk review, I really like Earth's Own. So I got the dairy-free. I think it's made of almonds, yeah. And it's it looks like it's fairly clean in ingredients. I mean, plant-based eggnog scene, not gonna lie, they throw a bunch of stuff in there. I think I'm gonna make my own eggnog milk for like a YouTube video coming up. So if you wanna see that, let me know, and then maybe we can make a cocktail with eggnog. That would be really good. Let's see, what else do you guys have to say? Yeah. I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, it's frothing up a storm. I'm gonna have to be drinking all these myself, I guess, hey? Until my friend gets here. Although I can't share drinks anymore. It's super annoying. So maybe I'll make this drink, leave it for her, and then like take a sip of some of it on the side. Maybe that's a little bit. Okay. But I'll show you as far as a garnish goes. And again, probably best to garnish before you pour the drink in, or at least like get it ready. So, and that one just failed. What you want to do, and it's probably to do this when it's still like drying, is put a little slice in it. I did do that with one of these guys, so I'm going to just use that one. So slice it before it cools, otherwise it'll break. Rookie tip. Oh, but look at that. Look at that. Okay. Do a little garnish, cardamom garnish. I wish you guys were all here drinking this with me. It's kind of sad to do it online, but I'm so happy you're all here. Thank you so much. Okay. Here comes the hot version. Look at that garnish. It's so different. I really like it. I found the idea on Pinterest. I'm gonna tip it over. Yeah, the same recipe, exact same. I didn't make any modifications. And it's pouring. Oh my gosh. You drunk already? I just took one. Okay, should we should try the hot version too, right? And then I can compare. It is such a pretty glass. Okay, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna try the hot version. Or should I try it? I will get another glass. Actually, my friend Kate, who is online, you might recognize these. It's one of my favorite coupe glasses that she got me. That one's for my friend. I swear I have friends. I'm not just making that up. Anyways, okay. It's like, that's for Rufus. If you guys know, I have a pet hedgehog. That's who that drink is for. Okay. Ooh, this is cute in a small glass too. Cheers! Oh, that's so good. Oh my goodness, guys. That is so good. I really think if you can get your hand on some cardamom bitters, do it. The only thing I would say, and it might also be I didn't put enough cardamom in the simple syrup, but it's like very light on the cardamom. I love cardamom, so I would probably up it a little bit. But otherwise, it's like amazing. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, it's like a kick on apple cider. It doesn't stay frothy now. It did when it like first frothed up, but really what using the frother for is just like a lazy version's whisking and cooking at the same time. That's what it does. But I wonder if we made like something, oh, I don't know. I was gonna say if we put egg white in it, would it froth? But that would probably cook the egg. I don't know if that's a good idea. Or aquafaba, that's the like vegan version. Very easy to heat up. Yeah. So if I had to choose hot or cold, I mean, maybe I should. I just poured that all over the floor. I don't know. I think I like it better hot, but I mean, cold is really good too. I just made a huge mess. YouTube versus reality, right? This is what live does. Yeah, I would do it. I would try both, honestly. Try it hot, try it cold. I quite like it hot, especially because it's cold outside right now and we're getting the holiday season. It'd be so just so lovely to curl up with a good book tonight and have a hot Moomintroll. So yeah, maybe try it hot tonight and then yeah, cold if it's warm where you are. Let's see. Drinks already hitting, yeah. Yeah, totally. I'm a lightweight now, definitely after not drinking for 75 days, that's for sure. And my friend, the hedgehog, better come soon. Anyways, I think that's all I gotta show you guys tonight. We are, yeah, I'm so happy that you're here, and thank you so much for tuning in to our first holiday cocktail, Spin the Wheel. If you don't follow me on Instagram, my account is just Whole Foodie Challenge, all one word, and you can follow me there, and that's where we're doing our voting for what kind of cocktail you want. So again, it's like, what is it? Sweet, sour, bitter, or savory. And then, oh my gosh, that is hitting me. You're not lying, Doug the Hippo. Bourbon, rum, tequila, vodka, whiskey. So you get to vote every week. So I'm so curious what you guys are gonna pick next week for Spin the Wheel. And until then, please make sure to hit the thumbs up on this video. This is my first live, so I would love if you gave me some love, because then it helps build the channel. And if you're not following me already, you can hit the little bell, the subscribe box, and then you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. It really, really helps. So I really would appreciate that, and share it with your friends and family. And if you have any feedback too, oh, I couldn't see this was too bright or not bright enough, or stuff like that too, please feel free to send me a message and let me know how it is going for you, because doing something live is a little bit freaky, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll make it really good. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thumbs up, yeah. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a lovely long weekend if you're in the States. I know we're doing Thanksgiving weekend there, and you're staying safe and healthy. I know it's kind of locking down here in Victoria, BC, and I don't know where it's like where you are in the world, but just stay safe. And hopefully these cocktails will help you get through the second wave of lockdown if you're in one. So, and even if you're not, it's a good time to be inside and stay cozy and warm. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.